that we don't prosecute. Anybody have an idea?
No.
Right. Anybody think it's like we don't have good witnesses? Witnesses are old. They're older people. Maybe they don't make good witnesses. Sound good? That's not it. Anybody think that maybe the laws aren't good? Like we don't have good laws to hold these people accountable. Does that sound reasonable? Yeah, that's not it. How about this? How about the law enforcement officers? They haven't done a good job investigating it. That's not it. We know that. We know that's not it. You know these guys are here. They are dedicated to solving these crimes. The number one reason that we don't prosecute a case is because it wasn't reported. Only about 25% even get reported. The other reason that we have difficulty, the other main reason, is that the defendant is not in the United States of America, right? So even when law enforcement can figure out who they are, it takes a lot more effort to get someone who is not in the United States of America here for prosecution than it does if they are here. And I'm going to be relatively brief because I want to get us back onto a schedule so we can have some time for question and answers. But what I want you to know is this. The Florida legislature and Governor DeSantis, they have recognized this problem that Florida 10 years ago was not a great place for prosecuting these kind of crimes. And now Florida has the best laws in the entire United States for prosecuting people who commit these offenses. Not only have we increased the number and the variety and the types of offenses, meaning we've created new crimes, like it's now a much more serious crime to steal from an elderly person than it is to steal from someone else, okay? We've made but what they've also done is they have made it far easier for us to prove these crimes. So like, I'll just give you an example. If someone has power of attorney over another person, okay, and that person uses any of that money to benefit themselves, it doesn't matter why. It is presumed to be a crime. What that means, what that changes for us as the prosecutors is we don't have to prove why you did it. We just have to prove that you did it, okay? Then it falls to that person to come forward and say, well, I had a legitimate reason, or I was authorized to use this money. That's called an affirmative defense, meaning they have the burden to prove that now. We don't. We just have to prove that you did it, okay? And there are any number of changes just like that that have happened. And so what that equates to is that when we get a case, and those cases are almost always well prepared by our law enforcement partners, that case is successful. We are wildly successful at prosecuting these cases. We have sent people away to prison for 20 years, 12 years, 15 years, on the regular. So what my message is to you, because if you're here, you're cognizant of what's going on. You know that this is a problem, is to carry back to your friends and your neighbors. Don't be afraid. And certainly don't be afraid to report something because you think we can't do anything about it. These guys are going to do something about it. Okay? We are going to follow through and we're going to prosecute it and we're going to be successful. And then our judges are going to treat this very, very seriously. I can promise you. I have not met most of our judges, by the way. Now these two are very young. Okay? They're the whippersnappers of judges. But most of our judges are older folks themselves, and they take this extremely seriously. So I could tell you until we're out of time about all the scams that have happened to people I know, and to people like my father, who's the smartest man I've ever met in my life, and one of our best criminal defense attorneys. How could if those people can get scammed, okay, then anybody can. So there's no reason to be embarrassed, and there's no reason to think that we are not going to be successful when this happens. So take that back with you to your people and let them know. Don't be afraid. Report it. Tell these guys that they'll get it to us, and we will be successful in prosecuting. Thank you, guys.